Direct from the Football Association, with expert guidance, tips, insights and more for the grassroots football community, with Tom Lee and Charlotte Richardson. This is In The Box.
Welcome to episode 1 of season 2 of the England Football in the Box podcast. I'm Tom Lee, National Club Services Manager at the FA. We're here at Sporting Khalsa, and of course I'm joined by the wonderful Charlotte Richardson.
And Tom, it feels like we've barely been away, but it is so nice to be back at a grassroots football club, and not just any football club. Sporting Khalsa are celebrating their 30th anniversary this season. They've done so much amazing work, and I know they've got big plans for the future, so it would be great to use this episode to ask some really important questions and get some tips as well.
Definitely, because we know it is a journey. They're a big club, 30 years in existence. We're going to start chatting to one of the volunteers at the club now, so let's get started.
This is In The Box.
So as we said, we're here at Sporting Khalsa. It's the 30th year anniversary. The club's grown significantly, and here to tell us all about it is Jasbir Batt from the football club. Welcome, Jazz, to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're welcome. So 30 years, just start by taking us on that journey of where it was to where the club is now and this fantastic facility.
It's sometimes hard to explain in terms of words what our journey has been from start to currently where we're at. But we started in 1991, the club literally just down the road on a grass field, jumpers for goalposts, friends playing football, which is obviously transformed into this now, where you can see. But it's been fantastic for us. We've obviously had challenges that we've faced, and I think we've been quite resilient in that sense that we've never given up in terms of what we want to achieve here at this very football club. Since 2004, we managed to have a girls and women's team, then transferred into linking with the Tier 4 system. The men's are at the highest level are playing at Step 4 now, being promoted, which is fantastic news for us. We're trying to create a clear pathway for male and female, and things are going quite well.
Quite well. Just looking around us, there are so many players with smiles on their faces, and I think the thing that is most apparent is how important this football club is to its community. How much has the community been at the heart of your development over the last 30 years?
It's interesting because when I came to this club 3.5 years ago, the first question I asked is around identity, who we are. And the clear thing is that we basically started off in the community. We'll never let that go. So anyone that can get a sense of feeling and belonging around this club is really committed towards feeling that. And the community is pretty much our core model, I would say, at this football club.
So you're very outward facing, it's very diverse, very inclusive. And tell us a little bit about where the name Khalsa comes from and what it means for the community of these people.
What I would say is that we're very fortunate that we are looking to be reflective of society in terms of representation. Khalsa, the name came from Sikh religion.
Yeah.
So it's interesting when people say, oh, you've been running for 30 years. The foundations were laid in 1699. That's nearly 322 years ago. So it was all given by Khalsa, the name, being pure, living and breathing the pure way. And that's what we're trying to do, link inequality, so making sure that everyone benefits for all.
And you have two senior sides here, boys, girls. You're looking into disability, mental health. How important is that kind of momentum in terms of building the club's structure and the vision that you're looking to achieve?
Long-term futures, who knows, you might come down next and we go full-time with our community programmes. Our players could potentially be full-time. We're just trying to embed with all, really, in terms of all the partners that engage with us. But those that we're not engaged with, we want them to come forward, or can we reach out to them to make that community feeling, but also around long-term partnership about making sure that this community benefits.
So people don't just come here for football, they don't just come here for a bit of physical health, it's all about the mental health, it's about the social interaction, it's about all the other different activities that you provide. How important is it to have a facility like this that you can call a home?
We're very fortunate, I would say. There's a lot of clubs that wish to have facilities like ours. We've been quite business savvy, I would say, in terms of the owners who had a clear vision around making sure that we have purchased a land, and then we transformed that in terms of our base to bring in teams here. So we are very lucky, I would say, and I hope that players, workforce, the staff members, everyone involved appreciate as to what we've got here.
And there'll be people tuned in who look at a club like this and will be inspired and in awe of all that you've achieved. But you mentioned it earlier, you have had your challenges, and I think it's probably important for others to understand those challenges, and any advice that you could give people that are maybe looking to build a club like this. What tips could you give?
Well, where do I start with it all, really? As you know, the journey is never going to be smooth. You might go on a roller coaster. As I said, we're being quite resilient about where we want to try and get to, and we'll continue until we get the answer that we want, I would say. The door's open for all, as you understand today. We're pretty much to say, look, come and get involved, find out what we do. We're very transparent at our open club. I would say we're very lucky that anything that we've got a benefit, we want to offer to them. So get involved with us and find out more.
I challenge the terminology lucky, because it's not down to luck, as it is, like you said, it's the resilience and it's consistency over time from effort like yourself, the hundreds of kids and the volunteers that you've got out here this evening that actually puts all this into place. And it's for clubs out there that are listening to this evening that it's been a 30-year journey to get here. So that consistency over time plus that effort will get you here, and you've just given an open invite there to come and talk to you, engage with us as League and Club Services team, club consultants. If you want it, you can achieve it, and we're here to help.
We always say anything is possible, really. The hard work, the determination links into some of our values around Khalsa, and then you become that master around becoming a human being first. Then it's becoming the player or the person. So we're very, I'm saying, it's always good. Like, we've got everything here on a plate, and I was quite lucky because I've been involved with clubs during my day-to-day role, and I just get this sense. I've never been to a club where I felt, you know what, I'm at home. So we want to create that experience still to this day, and it continues. Long may it continue.
And you can tell this is a home here. There's such a warmth to the area as well. And one of the things that we have crop up a lot on the webinars and the podcasts as questions is the marketing and communications element. It's great to have all this, but if people don't know about it, again, if there's one tip that you could give people listening in terms of how to get that exposure, what would it be from your experience?
Social media is massive. Obviously a huge platform. We know we've been away, sport, for 16 months. Have people utilise that? We'll certainly find out. But we have been, I would say, at it for every day since the last 12 months. So it gave us a massive benefit as a football club, because we're pretty much having sleepless nights about how we move this club forward. But in terms of social media, we can feel, and we've sensed it in the last 6 months, the amount of noise that people start to hear up and down the country, and even across the world. We've had people even exposed from Canada, Australia, saying, we want to get involved about when's your kit going to be launched, because of the media presence that we've been creating. So it's getting out there.
It certainly is. You said you feel at home. You certainly made us feel at home. Jazz, thanks ever so much for joining us on this episode of In the Box, and we can't wait to see the rest of the club's journey.
Thank you for having us.
This is In the Box.
So if you couldn't tell already, there is some fantastic stuff happening at this football club. Work that wouldn't be possible without the help and support of a whole range of volunteers. And we're delighted to be joined by one of those very special volunteers right now, Kelly Williams. Kelly, welcome. I mean, there isn't a role you haven't done at this football club, is there? Tell us a little bit more about your part.
No. I chair the women's section, look after the coaches, player manager at one stage, coach, do all the admin, pretty much everything really. So yeah.
Ticked every box.
Yeah.
Jam-packed week then, everything that's been going on during COVID. What's it been like trying to return to the football club? And we can see a raft of activity here this evening, of course.
Yeah.
What's it like just getting the girls back and involved?
It's been brilliant, yeah, getting the girls back. They've been desperate to get back for a long time. We've been trying to keep everybody together over that period of time, but getting them back onto the pitch and seeing them all smiling, even the coaches when they turn up, and just being together again, it's been massive for everybody.
Yeah, we've all missed it so much, and I think we've definitely got a deeper appreciation, and also a deeper appreciation for volunteers and the role that they do. What motivates you to contribute the countless amount of hours that you do?
I think it's passion for sport, passion for football, and all the things that it brings, you know, seeing other people empowered, learning yourself, developing yourself, just developing players as well. That's massive, you know, seeing them come from that age up to senior level. That's really rewarding for myself.
So there's a rumour there's going to be 3 new girls teams here next season, is
that
right?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. We're literally ready to start the under-8s now, under-10s shortly, and then we're actually starting under 14, so it's another one that we didn't know about. But yeah, at least 3. So we just got to get those volunteers in really to support. And players aren't a problem. We're getting lots of inquiries about that. But yeah, it'd be great to have that pathway complete.
That's really exciting, and it goes pretty much hand in hand, the players and the volunteers. What kind of tips could you give people tuned in on how to attract volunteers? Because without them, all those players won't have the coaches and the setup that they require.
Yeah, I think it's just making a really welcoming environment, getting out there on social media. That's massive because everyone's on it, aren't they? One way or another, flyers, just try everything really. Just make sure that you've got a really good environment for people. They can develop, they don't feel too nervous when they're coming in, and they make them realise they can make a difference to people as well as themselves.
As you say, the environment's key. It's a warm welcome. We've received it here this evening straight away. You can feel the atmosphere. It feels very much like a family club.
It is.
Is that what attracted you here in the first place?
Definitely, yeah. Just the owners are so welcoming, all the staff, and it's just grown from there. It's just got bigger and bigger, and everybody who comes on board, really, they are good people. So yeah, it makes a massive difference. Everyone's on the same page and trying to achieve the same things.
There's obviously a huge team effort that goes on here, and I can tell by your answers you're driven and passionate about making other people's lives better. But part of volunteering as well is maybe personal development. Do you find that that's something that volunteering in football has given you?
Yeah, definitely. I've learnt so much over the years, doing it for so long, just chairing meetings and things like that, confidence, learning loads of things to do with social media, loads of things, coaching, development. But here we do invest in people as well, so in all ways, so people can come here and really push on and learn life skills as well as footballing skills, basically.
So you're getting a raft of experience. And what's it like for yourself just mentoring them younger people coming through and their experiences they're having here?
It's just, you just see them at the end of the line, and then you know what work you've been doing with them. Even the small things, from the Wildcats, which are the 4-year-olds to 12-year-olds, just seeing those every week, and they've learnt something new, and you inspiring them to go and practice in the garden and things like that, and the parents light up and they're all getting involved as well. So just seeing it from that level. But for me, like developing the other teams, the players within the teams, up to senior level, that's when you really notice how far someone's come when they get into the first team at Sporting Khalsa Women. So
it's like such a strong player pathway here, and we just look at the surroundings today, and there's obviously a real clear vision and ambition for the future. What would you like to see this club achieve in the next few years?
Just remain this family-orientated club, developing players ourselves, and seeing those progress to senior level. That's what we want to do, really. But just seeing players develop wherever they end up and wherever they finish with us, whenever they go to uni or whatever, just seeing that we've made an impact on their lives, really, and coaches and everything else, and they've made an impact on everybody else's lives here.
Well, Kelly, I can't thank you enough for what you do for the club, for the community, and everybody involved at Sporting Khalsa. It's wonderful to meet you, and thank you ever so much for having us here.
Thank you.
For more information about Sporting Khalsa and their journey, we'll be back to check on them for sure, won't we, Charlotte? Just follow them on social media and get to engage with the likes of Kelly and their story and their work, and hopefully the journey continues.
This is In the Box.
Wow, Tom, what a great return of In the Box. A massive thank you to our host, Sporting Khalsa. It's been great to be back out on the road again.
It's been fantastic. First time we've actually met in person, Charlotte, so it's been wonderful to actually meet you. If you want us at your club, me and Charlotte to actually come out and share your story, your journey, please do like, comment and subscribe.
Yeah, do let us know. It'll be great to hear from you. And until next time, we'll see you again soon.
In the Box.
In the Box.
In the Box.